Hey everyone, it's Inigo here and welcome to my channel, maybe even welcome back to my channel. I wanted to make this video today for a few reasons, to explain where I've been, where I am now, and also hopefully to explain maybe where I want this channel to go going forwards. But to start off with, where have I been? I actually left Finland at the beginning of 2024, so in January. The reason for that really was because I lost my dad a little bit before I left Finland, and a year and a half before that, I also lost my mum. So it was a very difficult time for myself, and it sort of all culminated in the winter. And I think, from my experience, winter is it's a hard time in Finland, especially for those that aren't used to such a harsh winter. I think for me, winter in Finland is kind of just about surviving and getting through to the spring and then the summer. And I think if life isn't going well for you in the winter, then it can be especially difficult. But yeah, so that sort of probably reflected in my own relationship with my wife, and we were both having a bit of a difficult time. And ultimately, I decided to leave Finland, and it was a very weird time in my life. I wasn't sure if I was going to come back. It was just very kind of strange and difficult. And I think in some ways I probably needed some time to just sort of process what had happened to me in my life. And yeah, as I said, I left in January, and luckily in August, me and my wife decided to come back together and try and make it work. So I returned to Finland, which I'm really happy about. And so that was probably around 8 months ago. And yeah, so since I returned, I have done a Finnish course. I managed to get onto a course quite quickly. So that was module 3. For anyone that doesn't know the kind of levels for the courses that immigrants receive in Finland, it was module 3, which is the target sort of level is B1, but probably you'll finish between A2.2 and B1.1, I think is probably realistic if you do a course like that. And it was kind of funny because I went to the TE-toimisto, which is the employment office in Finland, when I arrived, and I just said, hey, I've not been in Finland for 8 months, I've not been practicing Finnish, and I just I want to learn again. That's my goal. And the woman I spoke to said, well, because you're speaking to me right now in English and you haven't been in Finland for a long time, then probably you need to just start from the beginning. And I wasn't too sure about that because there was still a lot of Finnish in my head that I'd remembered. But yeah, I wasn't super confident to speak Finnish, especially in something quite formal and official as being in the employment office. And I definitely didn't have a strong enough vocabulary to deal with what I needed to deal with there. So she said to start from the beginning. So I thought, fine, if I have to do that, I have to do that. And then I waited maybe a week or two, and I got a letter to say that I was on a Module 3 course, which is the course that I was on, which I actually left halfway through when I left Finland. So I was a little bit scared because I know the level is it's not too bad. It's pretty good. And I hadn't really done any Finnish for about 8 months. But the course went very well, and my Finnish came back very quickly, especially in the beginning. I think when I first arrived, I wasn't very good or confident in using it. But by the end, my Finnish had gotten a lot stronger. And I did some työharjoittelu, which is work experience. And I did my work experience in a primary school, preschool, there's probably not preschool, primary school with 8-year-old children in the second grade. And that was really nice. I was there for 6 weeks, and I really improved my Finnish by having that experience. And I'm really happy to say at the end of the course, we had examinations, and it was actually quite official. You had to leave your mobile phone at the front of the classroom, and it was all quite official. There was even someone in the classrooms with our teacher watching us. So yeah, it felt quite official. It wasn't just like I don't know. Yeah, it was pretty serious test. But anyway, I did the test, and I'm really happy to say I got B1.1 in my writing, listening, and reading, and B1.2 in my speaking. So I'm quite happy to reach B1.1 because when you come to Finland, you hear about B1.1 because that's the level you need to get citizenship in Finland, and you kind of put that level like on this pedestal and think it's like a really high level. I think probably in reality, it's not that high, and I'm still not like super confident to use Finnish in day-to-day life. But my Finnish, it's quite good at the moment, and I have been able to maybe spend time with my wife's family and only communicate in Finnish. My kind of biggest weakness, I would say, is just my vocabulary, but my usage of the Finnish language is okay. And so hopefully, if I'm confident, then I can continue making some videos here on my channel to help people that are kind of at the beginning of their Finnish learning journey. Obviously, my Finnish isn't amazing, but as a B1.1, B1.2 Finnish speaker, then hopefully I can help people at least get to my level or around my level. And of course, my Finnish is not perfect, and even if I make some lessons, I'll probably make a lot of mistakes when I make those lessons as well. But ultimately, hopefully I can help people, because I think there is a lack of good, clear lessons on YouTube, and even just generally for people trying to learn Finnish. And I am actually on a course at the moment. It's only like 5 hours a week, and the level is not super high. It's like A2.1 to A2.2, but it was just something that I joined because my school had finished, and now I was just sort of at home doing nothing, and which for me that tends to mean playing like video games, and I got quite like hooked onto video games, especially in the winter, because I like to be active, but in the winter it's quite difficult. It's really cold and snowy and dark, and the games can be quite addictive, so they obviously know what they're doing. But yeah, now it's like the weather's gotten nicer. I'm in a bit of a clearer mind headspace. So yeah, my hope is to try and make some more videos and try and help teach Finnish, and also just document my story in Finland and share my story for those that have just arrived or have been here for a long time, or people that won't move to Finland but are just interested to hear what life is like from the perspective of someone who's lived all their life in England. Another thing also is that I have applied for Mattikoulu, which is, I guess, kind of, I don't know what that equivalent would be, but a little bit below like proper university level, maybe college level in the UK. And I'm hoping to do a course in education, childhood education, so that maybe I can hopefully and eventually work in a primary school, because I really enjoyed that when I did that for my work experience here. So I'll keep people updated on that story, and hopefully I can get into it. If not, then I guess I'll just have to try keep applying for jobs. But at the moment I'm unemployed and just sort of trying to do as many Finnish courses as possible. But yeah, that's my update on the channel, and I hope to see everyone again. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.